Welcome to the Blast Complex in San Bernardino. It's the State Nationals Cup featuring the Surf White against the Arsenal FC as they are both walking out to the field. And this is action in the boys under 15 category. Should be a great matchup between two well-coached clubs. You see the Surf to the left of your picture and the Arsenal FC to the right of your picture. And they all are going to wave. They've made it to the championship. The only time you get a chance to be in a center circle and line up in this manner. Let's get the lineup first for the Surf White. Number 1 is the keeper, Austin Guerrero. Number 2, Greg Cacadelis. Number 3, forward, Ivan Ibarra. Number 5, at left midfield, AJ Soares. Number 6, at center midfield, Adam Rodriguez. Number 7, at left defender, Cameron Lamming. Number 8 at forward or midfield, Garrett Gunther. Number 9 at center midfield, Sergio Noriega. Number 10, and we are underway. Number 10 is Daniel Guzman, the right defender. Number 11 at forward, Brandon Bush. Number 12 at right midfield, Servando Carrasco. Number 13 at center defender is Timothy Sedwitz. Number 14 at forward of midfield, Daniel Ortega. Number 15 at forward of midfield is Ryan Chewy Anderson. Number 16 at keeper is Adam Afghani. Number 17 at forward is Andre Lira. Number 18 at outside mid is Jacob Mejia. Number 18. And number 24 at outside mid is Andre Aceredo. And that's a lineup. The head coach, Paul Taylor. Team administrator is Connie Anderson. Now let's get the lineup for Arsenal FC. Number 0, the keeper is Luis Ocampo. Number 2 at left fullback, Ryan Peterman. Number 3, the stopper, Andrew Haig. Number 4, at right fullback, Nathan Braunwalder. Number 6 at stopper, Jonathan Clues. Number 7 at defender or right fullback, Benjamin Kirkland. Number 8 at midfield is Michael Arbalo. Number 9 at right midfield, Ramon Ruiz. Number 10 at defender is Trevor Hurley. Number 11 at forward is Byron Serna. Number 12 at sweepers, Stephen Marshall. Number 13 at forward, Davis Paul. Number 14 at center mid, Gerson Mayen. Number 16 at center mid is Hector Jimenez. And number 17 at right fullback or mid, James Gamboa. Number 18 at left mid is Alejandro Guerrero. And number 99 at left mid is Ryan Thomas. The head coach is Steve Lucy. The assistant coach is Jim Thomas. And the team administrator is Betty Williams. And out with it is the Surf White. In the attacking area, Garrett Gunther. Gunther now. Service toward the center of that 6-yard box. And now they have it again, the Surf. And a goal! Go, 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 go! Ryan Chewy Anderson with the goal. And it was a beautiful play. Going into the corner, getting the soccer ball was Garrett Gunther, and he fed it to Chewy Anderson, and Anderson finished, and it's 1-0 Surf. The Surf and the Arsenal know each other well as they played in the Surf Cup final. Here's a header, just went awry in the 6-yard box for the Arsenal. The Arsenal beat the Surf 1-0. It is Surf Cup final, but right now the Surf lead 1-0 today here at the Blast Complex in San Bernardino. These two clubs played in their Coast Soccer League affairs, and they were both close matchups where the Arsenal prevailed both times, once 3-2, and the other was 4-2. The Surf White ending up 9-2-3, scored 30 points on the season. And in that gold division, the first place club was the Arsenal. They were 11-3, and they had 33 points, beating the Surf out by just 3 points. And we have an offsides call. Actually, there is a foul on the play, and it is going to be a free kick. Free kick for the Arsenal. Trying to tie this game up here in the early going. Taking it, Ryan Peterman, and Peterman service just off the top of the crossbar. Peterman almost put it in the back of the net. Beautiful shot, as it turned out to be. At first, I mentioned that it was a service. I didn't know whether or not he was going to try to get somebody else to finish with it. But that time, Peterman just took the shot and nearly got it inside where he wanted it to go. But that ball drifted a little bit too high and off the top of the crossbar. But here come the Arsenal again. Down to central, and here's a shot off the side of the net. Coming down the central was Gerson Mahan, and Mahan kind of felt somebody was tugging on him a little bit too much, did not get the call, and then the shot was taken down the left flank, and that was not an accurate enough shot. And now a goal kick for the Surf White as they lead 1-0. Good action. These two teams, as I mentioned before, know each other very well and have seen each other for many years, all the way back from the time when they're 10 years old, and I got an opportunity to watch them show their skills both as a team and individuals back then. Sergio Noriega leaves it over in the corner. And off the CK. Service into the central of the 18-yard box. Trying to run onto it lastly there was Chewy Anderson. But he just allowed the Arsenal player to knock it off the touchline to the near side of your picture. Trying to connect that time, Anderson looking for a teammate just outside the box, could not connect. And so now it's going to be a goal kick as the ball went past the goal line. Arsenal. The Surf White. Nice long ball played in the corner. Anderson, his service toward the central of the box. A little bit too far. Too much pace on it that time. Overrunning it is Guzman. Down to Anderson, but that ball went too far in front of him. Arsenal FC with it now. Jimenez in the central, taken away. Coming down to central, Ortega with a blast, he just missed. Ortega trying to connect on that one. Trying to beat Ocampo. A little bit too high by Ortega. Luis Ocampo has been a brilliant goalkeeper for the Arsenal. And we saw his talents many years ago. The ability, and he's just gotten better and better. Now on the near side, Arsenal will throw it in. with their Oxygen 2 uniforms. The throw-in from their own side of the field by Anderson, won by Arsenal, and now they have something going. Here's Davis Paul. Paul into space is able to put pressure on Guzman, and Daniel Guzman knocking it out of play, not wanting Ryan Paul to accelerate and deliver a service toward the middle of the to the central of the box. Peterman throws it in, gets a touch from one of his teammates, and now to the central for Clues. Clues, nice diagonal pass. Here's a service in the box, a header, redirected nicely that time by Davis Paul, the forward, but Paul couldn't get enough on that one. Nicely handled by Guerrero. And he drives it down the field for the Surf White. On the outside, retrieving it there was Braunwalder. And Braunwalder trying to direct it back up the field, but he missed his teammate. And so now the Surf White will throw it in. Service toward the 18-yard box, brought out quickly, but the Surf White still have it. Trouble in the 18-yard box, but they get a shot anyway, and Ocampo makes a diving save. Luis Ocampo, nice save. Didn't want to have any chance for that ball to bend back behind him. And even though his body took him wide of the post. Nice job by Luis. Now to the wide side. Here comes the Surf White again, keeping the pressure on. The service into the box. Ocampo has it off the line drive and delivers it down the central for his Arsenal club. I hear that the Arsenal club that so many teams in club soccer over America and in other countries have gained their name from, actually is having quite a great season. And they're, if I'm not mistaken, unless I'm getting mixed up with another club, I believe the Arsenal have not lost a game. Having an unbelievable season, the real Arsenal team. One that everybody gets their name off of, and it's blocked. The Arsenal FC today, and they get to go. Beautiful sequence of plays, and they get it to the man who can finish, and it is 1-1 as the Arsenal answer back. They know how to do it against the Surf. Midfielders, again, are so important in the game of club soccer, and it showed this time. It was Gerson Mann who made a great step-over play off the left side, and then he fed his teammate, Hector Jimenez, who was right there at the top of the box for a beautiful shot inside the left post, and he makes it a 1-1 score. Beautiful play by Mann and Mr. Jimenez. We go back the other way with the 1-1 score. Greg Porter for George Langevin Video Sports Productions. Hopefully you're enjoying all this action. It's some good action of the club variety right here in San Bernardino. State Cup Nationals here in the boys under 15. State Cup Nationals in the boys under 15, and we have a free kick with your 1-1 score for Arsenal FC. Ball driven a long way, all the way down the field, and obviously 4 or 5 years ago, they couldn't drive the ball this far. But when you get older, adolescent age, and Middle of that, you have the ability, the leg drive, to get that ball down the field and make plays on a huge soccer field. Ball goes into the corner now, Arsenal FC. And as both teams kind of playing more of a long ball style right now. And now the ball is brought down nicely. And then the long ball service toward the 18-yard box. Taken away by the serve. On the near side, a good look at Ryan Peterman. Peterman at that left fullback position. Play either side, drives it down the central. They have volley all the way down into the 18-yard box and then driven out on the near side. Ryan Thomas was trying to keep the ball in and couldn't. The serve habit with Chewy Anderson. And a foul, and it will be, well, actually it was touched off by the Surf White. Nearly a foul there. Not called. 1-1 score. On the ball now is Davis Paul. Paul under a lot of duress there, and that ball was knocked out by the Surf White, so Paul throws it in. He's got his teammate there. Serving it to the other side of the field, Mayer. Gerson Mayen. He was the assist on that beautiful shot by Hector Jimenez to tie up the game for the Arsenal. Mayen right now tees it up, and going to take it is Ryan Thomas. Thomas going to wait for his teammates to set up in the 18-yard box. Thomas drives it hard, but that ball is going to go over the top of the net against that wind. And it'll be a goal kick for Austin Guerrero. Guerrero drives the ball all the way past the center line, and both teams now trying to control it, and on it is the Surf White to the wide side. The Surf White driving it, and then a save by Ocampo as he goes down to the ground. Ocampo knew that that was probably going to be a quick touch, and he better be ready. And now we have a foul. As we go back the other way at the midfield stripe, and it'll be a couple of yards to their side of the field. Arsenal will have the free kick with the 1-1 score. About 18 and a half minutes gone so far in the game. In the 18-yard box. Surf White get it out of danger and push it back upfield. Peterman getting it to his teammate, who good passing up the field, but taken away. Too much pace on the ball, and Chewy Anderson gets a diagonal pass, but his teammate drove it too far. Back on it now is Gunther again. And Ocampo is able to make the save. In the center of the field. One Surf player going down. Ball goes out of play. And it'll be a throw-in by Arsenal FC. Anderson wins that one in space and drives it back for the Arsenal to retreat. Thomas trying on the left flanks to try to move the ball up the field. And Surf White not allowing that to happen as easily as the Arsenal would like for it to happen. Staying tough along the flanks, and here's Ocampo. And undoubtedly, Ocampo is probably going to try that ball to the other side. See what he can do. His midfielders have played well. But so have the Surf White midfielders. Ball brought down, and that one was just off to the right to where there was a red and white uniform there to take it away. Otherwise, that would have been very dangerous for Ocampo. Gunther now. Gunther down the central, weaving his way, but then the ball was taken away. Nice job done, of course, by Hector Jimenez into space. But here they come. Here the Surf into the 18-yard box, and that ball deflected. Daniel Ortega, who was the player I mentioned, who was trying to come down the central, and almost he headed the ball in the wrong direction. If Ortega would have headed that ball to where he could have got to it, he would have gave Ocampo a lot of problems and probably would have scored to break the tie. 21 and a half minutes gone. Ortega, service into the box. The attempted finish is a little bit short as Ocampo is there and back as he slingshots it down the field. Arsenal FC on it now. Nice little step over. Service into the central is brought out quickly as good defense in the back by Arsenal. Back up, or by the Surf White. Brandon Bush back up the field. And Brandon Bush now will throw it in. Well, actually, he'll give way to his teammate, Noriega. And we have a substitution as Paul Taylor wants to get a fresh player in. And he will do just that by getting Afghani. Or no, actually it's Jacob Mejia. So Mejia is going to play an outside midfield position. Down the central. FC waving their way, looking for somebody to run onto it, but it was a little bit behind Ryan Thomas. Ortega. Nice little quick touch. Chewy Anderson getting it back over there to Garrett Gunther. Service into the box, up in the air. Trying to get to it was Afghani, or rather that was Mejia trying to get to it. Could not. Driven all the way down. Here is Arsenal FC. And boy, did they had the keeper all the way out of the net, and a goal! Go, 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 la! Beautiful play as he saw the keeper out of the net, and he says, I'll drive it behind you. You won't be able to get back in time. What an outstanding shot. An accurate one by number 13, Davis Paul. And Paul breaks the tie. It is now 2-1. You really have to be focused on a play like that, and you really have to finish on it the right way. And Paul did just that as his teammates came over to congratulate him on a beautiful play. Guerrero, thinking he was doing the right thing to challenge the player who had beaten the defender over in the corner. He got himself off the line too far, could not get back, and then Davis Paul made him pay for it with a beautiful shot over his head and into the corner. Here's Paul again, and coming out and making the save this time is Guerrero. Beautiful play by Guerrero. He says, I'll challenge you again, I'm not afraid. Back are the Surf now. They want to make Arsenal pay for it. And Arsenal now get it, and they play tough on the back. Serve down now by a goal, 2-1. As Davis Paul breaking the tie. Doing it at about the 24-minute mark of the first half. Surf led in this game 1-0. And then all of a sudden, you see the Arsenal come back. And they've scored 2 unanswered goals to take the 2-1 lead. Greg Porter for George Landon with Video Sports Productions. Hoping you're enjoying all the action and the color in this one. Two teams who know each other well. Arsenal now trying to collect and get some more attack going here. And there's a beautiful pass on sides to the near side. A shot, and it's blocked at the last moment. Cameron Lamming made a beautiful play. And that shot taken by Brandon Bush, or rather by Brian Cerna. And Cerna tried to, and here's another one, and a save by Guerrero. Cerna, big bid, but Lamming was here on that last big sequence. Driven down now by Guerrero. And now here's Brandon Bush. On the wide. Can't get it into the central as Tough. In the middle is Arsenal FC, and they come back up the field with the 2-1 lead. Nice diagonal pass. They have attackers. Oh, and just cannot hold on to it. Try to get it again, and the serve come out with it. But running on to it right now, keeping the pressure on is Jimenez. Jimenez has scored 1 goal and knocked away. Nicely done. Good challenge that time by Daniel Guzman. Ball driven right at the keeper, and Guerrero handles that one nicely as he leaps up to glove it. 27th minute of the soccer match now. Ball pushed to the wide with Arsenal FC in a 1-0 lead. In the corner is Lamming. Drops it off for his teammate. I believe that was Gunther, and now pushing it forward as they want to come out of their own defensive half. But again now, trying to reduce the size of the field. Arsenal, the serve it to the 18-yard box, just outside of it, but the Surf White are there. However, not too far up the field, and the Surf White having a hard time collecting it, and they can't do it. Can't win it in this space. So here comes Arsenal off to the wide side. And nice job that time in the space to keep them from accelerating and making a play in that 18-yard box. The Arsenal will throw it in. Surf, win it, push it upfield. Brought back down nicely by the Arsenal. However, running onto it is Ortega. Ortega into space, and they call a foul on Daniel. So here's a free kick. Gerson Mayen will drop it off for one of his teammates to take it in the back. And driving it all the way up toward the 18-yard box, but the header takes it back the other way to midfield. But again, as I mentioned just a few moments ago, the Arsenal FC reducing the size of the field. They have their back line players all the way up to midfield. Trying to keep the pressure on the Surf White. On the near side, it'll be a throw-in. Watching the State Nationals Cup here in San Bernardino, California. The boys under 15 category with a substitution as number 11 comes out for the Surf White, and that's Brandon Bush, and he will be replaced by a teammate whom we will mention his name if he touches the soccer ball. We cannot see his jersey number. Off the free kick now. The ball to the wide side now. And brought to the central. Surf White winning it, pushing it upfield. Only one man was there, and that was Ortega. And he was run off the ball nicely by Arsenal. And Arsenal now content to play keep away. They do not really have to press as they have a 1-0 lead. Here's a nice diagonal pass over to Jimenez. Jimenez diagonals it out to the near side of the picture to Peterman. Peterman now. Peterman accelerating toward the central. Peterman changed direction. Peterman is open. Takes a shot at the goal. Go, 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 goal. Ryan Peterman. Beautiful individual play. And he finishes, and it's 3-1. As the Arsenal open up a little bit of breathing room in this contest. And it will get it started again. Down 2 goals now here in the first half are the Surf White, and now they have to begin to think a little differently. They've got to begin to find a way to look for an offensive opportunity as the game now is starting to get away from them a little bit. Here's the shot from the corner over the top of the net. Not a lot of time left here in the first half, but the Surf White can put one in the net and get the game closer. And anytime it's a 1-goal game, you have a better chance to win this soccer game because you can tie it and then take your chances in overtime. Coming in now for the Surf White is Andre Aceredo. Aceredo and a whistle. Three to 1. Arsenal FC, the most they've ever gotten here in the recent play against the Surf is 4 goals, and they have 3 in this one. And with the whistle, and a card is going to be issued. So a card issued against the Surf. And I believe that was against Timmy Sedwitz. Sedwitz on the ball now. Directs it up the central. Taken away. And one of his teammates is back there as he got hurt. And nice challenge that time. Winning that soccer ball. Retreating back with some hustle was Daniel Guzman. Jimenez giving it off to his teammate with plenty of time, Gamboa. And James with a whistle now. This is the time in the first half when if you've been out there since the beginning, you're beginning to get tired. The play getting a little bit chippy. And right now, trying to stretch off a little back strain, stretch it out a little bit is Ryan Chewy Anderson. Anderson, remember, he was instrumental on a very first goal for the Surf. But there's been 3 unanswered goals since that time for the 3-1 lead by the Arsenal. And a foul against Arsenal, and the Surf can get it going here. On the wide side, they still have it. Got somebody to run onto it now, the top of the box, and just couldn't get that next threaded through the defender pass, and Arsenal going back the other way. but driven back into defensive half of the Arsenal. Back on it on the serve. Aceredo trying to get some offense going for his team. But two defenders there, and the ball caroms out. However, the Arsenal are able to get onto it. That was a nice service towards the 18-yard box, but good defense by the Arsenal. The back line standing tall, and a good defensive play to keep that ball from going into the interior of the box by Anderson. And actually, that wasn't Anderson, that was Timmy Sedwitz who made a nice play there. Off the near side of your picture is going to be a corner kick. We're in the 35th minute of the game in the first half. 3-1 score. The Arsenal trying to add to their lead. Off the CK. The header out of the box. However, Arsenal FC still have it. Arsenal pass it toward the box again, and now it's driven down to central, pushed out of the box. Quickly done and nicely done by the serve. Arsenal. Nice header there. On that soccer ball, Thomas. Thomas trying to create problems from the corner here. The left flank, and Sedwitz and company really have to watch him. It looks like it's going to be another corner kick for the Arsenal. Looks like it's going to be another corner kick for the Arsenal. And this ball, almost a header onto the net, but not quite. They had the right idea that time. The Arsenal still have the soccer ball and a foul. And that foul is going to go against the serve. Minutes running down here in the first half.
Some water, guys, quickly.
Shaking it off is Davis Paul.
No, hey, get 10 yards, Thomas. Hey, come on. Play the far post. All right, Byron's got it. It's okay. Go into this.
And here is now the bending ball. Driven back up in the air very, very quickly by Sergio Noriega. And out of service, a header. Nicely done there by Davis Paul. And his teammates trying to break that wall, and that time they were looking for a call and did not get one. Cerna. Byron Cerna. Cerna on a soccer ball and a whistle offside. Cerna trying to show a little bit of his foot magic on that play, but his teammates not aligned properly. Guerrero sending it down the field. And right to one of his teammates. And he tried to dribble the soccer ball too much and it's taken away. A lot of times you have to just make a pass, and especially in a case where you are down by a couple of goals, you can't try to do too much with it. Just try to get a couple of one touches here and there and see if you can catch the keeper out of position. And maybe they'll seem to try and work that type of magic here in the second half, as they don't have a whole lot of time in the first half. They got their work cut out for them to try to catch up in this State Nationals Cup. Going to be a substitution for the Surf White. Ryan Chewy Anderson, who's played well in the first half, going to get the breather, and he's grabbing the buttocks area, and he has gotten a stinger back there. Going to be a throw-in for the Arsenal. Nice job done there by Ryan Thomas to bring it down to his teammate. But that little give and go didn't work too well. Now the Surf have it. It looked like there's going to be another substitution the far side, as the Surf getting fresh players into the contest. And now into the contest is Stephen Marshall, sweeper. Off the half volley, taken away by the Arsenal. However, Marshall runs onto it. Marshall, nice little ball with some pace for his teammates to handle it. Actually, when I said it was Marshall, I was looking at the wrong name for the Surf White. Actually, Servando Carrasco came into the contest. So Carrasco in, and we've seen him in the past. Carrasco. Off the free kick. Carrasco now, and there's a double whistle, and that is the end of the first half of action. With the score, it is Arsenal Football Club leading 3-1 over the Surf White. Stick with us here at the Blast Complex in San Bernardino. We'll be back for more State Cup Nationals action in just a moment. The second half is set to get underway here at the Blast Complex. The score is 3-1 in favor of the Arsenal FC over the Surf White. The Arsenal FC is going from left to right on your picture, and the Surf White right to left. The Surf White led 1-0 early on, and then the Arsenal FC came back with 3 unanswered goals in order to take the lead and take what is in soccer a pretty good, comfortable lead, a 2-goal lead. However, the Surf White know this team, and they've played them before, and that gives them an opportunity to try and come back, and there's a beautiful save by Guerrero. Austin Guerrero makes a wonderful save off of that shot towards the near post. Ball actually was trying to carry him away from him toward the center of the box, towards the center of the goal, and he was able to sprawl out and get that one. Trying to put pressure there is Brandon Bush, and it is driven past the goal line, and it now will be, well, actually they call it a offsides, so it will be a goal kick. Over in the corner now. Down the flanks, trying to make something happen. The Arsenal been dangerous on that left side of their attack. Either in making sure that ball gets directed to the other side and trying to get a shot. And here's a shot, and it's saved by Ocampo. Ocampo had to get that ball as it caromed up in the air. And lucky for Ocampo, there was nobody at the doorstep. As they say in the game of hockey, he gave up a rebound. And now there is going to be a yellow card issued. And it is going to be against an Arsenal player. So now the Arsenal will get their yellow card in this contest here in the second half. Both teams have had yellow cards issued to them. I believe the Surf has had a couple now, and the Arsenal have had one themselves. On the far side, the Surf trying to continue on with their attack. And a whistle, and it is going to be a foul against the Arsenal. And the Surf now, Daniel Ortega sets it up. Ortega positions that soccer ball, the one with the geometric designs, for a service into the box on the low side. It's taken away by the Arsenal, sent upfield. Ortega left foots it. Somebody's there in the central for the red with the black numbers, and the 0-2 in the front, the Arsenal, as they come up along the flanks of the far side of your picture. Ortega now. Diagonal pass. On it now is Gunther. Gunther ridden off the ball that time.
Go on, Israel!
All the way down towards the 18-yard box. Chasing after it. Davis Paul trying to make a play. Paul's going to give it up for his teammate Ryan Thomas. Thomas throws it in. They get it into Mayan. And now here's Davis Paul. And it is collected and driven past the goal line by the Surf White. So now Arsenal will have the corner kick. Mayan, who's been very good at the CKs in this match. Mayan, bending ball toward the central, now comes off to the near side. As the Surf White able to collect it. And there's a nice one-touch off the give and go. And a collision. Garrett Gunther in that collision, and they're going to call it against Garrett. And it'll be a yellow card. So Gunther getting a yellow card. And another one issued against the Surf. Arsenal leading 3-1. Here in the 5th minute of the second half. The 45th minute of the game. All the way down into the 18-yard box. And that ball driven out of play. So it is going to be a goal kick. Taking it, Guerrero. Guerrero gets good hang time on a ball and a collision. The 50-50 ball, and hurt on that play, Ryan Thomas. Thomas down at the center circle. now it is going to be a service toward the 18-yard box, and it goes awry. Ocampo, as of course you saw, Ryan Thomas was hurt, and they got the free kick. Action back underway now. Going back the other way, the 18-yard box. The serve collected. They've got numbers here. Down to Central. There's a long ball into the corner and trying to keep it in, and it is knocked out. It is knocked out. They say lastly touched by the Surf White. They thought they had a corner kick, but they did not. And these are the types of plays. Now the game into the 47th minute, and these are the types of plays that you want to try and make go your way if you're down 3-1. The Arsenal need to do quite a bit of that. Ruiz, nice little weaving play. Inside, outside, and now it's down to the corner. And winning the half volley is the Arsenal, as was knocked out by the Surf. In the corner, the service towards right at Guerrero, and he's able to handle it. Obviously, the Arsenal would have loved a player to try to redirect it and put it in the back of the net, but they could not that time. It was too direct, and Guerrero able to handle it. Into the corner, Ruiz. Ruiz trying to make a play. Ruiz trying to go around a defender and nicely stabbed at and won by Noriega at the last moment. But it'll be a corner kick. Into the 18-yard box, a serve, and they're able to make the play that they need to make that time. And hold on, there's a player down, and he gets back up. Little bit of time as far as injury time is concerned, not really noticeable or really even almost mentionable in this case, other than the player getting up and being okay. In the 49th minute of the game, 3-1, the Arsenal FC leading Surf White. State Nationals Cup 2004, and you see there Cameron Lamming trying to get it in the 18-yard box, and it's quickly driven and grabbing the jersey that time, Ivan Ibarra. And a red card. A red card issue. And Arsenal will have to play one player down. An elbow, and Ivan Ibarra is able to draw the red card, and they take Ibarra out of the contest because they don't want Ibarra trying to retaliate, or rather FC maybe trying to do something to Ibarra because he has now got one of their players out of the game, and obviously Ivan just reacting to what happened to him, and center ref reacting to what he saw. And the head coach, Paul Taylor, reacting to the whole thing and saying, I want Ibarra out of the contest, barring any further problems here. But at any rate, the Arsenal will now have to play one player down as that player is ejected out of the game. Will the Surf be able to take control of the situation based on that? We'll see. They've got a lot of work to do. They're down by 2 goals. But they do have the one player advantage now after the goal kick. or after the free kick, I should say, into the 18-yard box, but the Arsenal FC have it. The Arsenal FC making a couple of substitutions right after that red card. And those players, we will mention their names as they touch that soccer ball. On it now was Mayan. The header, the serve, trying to devise a scheme to see if they can take advantage of one less player to defend and get something in the back of the net. Interesting scenario that has taken place here at the State Nationals Cup, the championship game between the Surf White and the Arsenal FC in the boys under 15 category. Here is a free kick by the Surf White and a save by Ocampo. Ocampo able to find a ball amongst a maze of players. And here comes the Arsenal back down the field. And one of their players falls down as he was trying to maybe just get the center ref to call something there. He really was not hurt on the play. And now the center ref has to go back and take a look. And from our vantage point, maybe it looked like he was not hurt on the play, or hit on the play, but there was enough contact, and they have to check him out, and he's going to remain in the game. But again, play starting to get chippy here in the second half.
Byron, get up front! Byron, stay up there!
And it can definitely get real physical when you talk about two teams in the high school variety. Under 15. The header brought down for the Surf White at the center circle, trying to get a ball through. Can't do it. Nice job by the midfield action of the Arsenal. And these are the types of plays that's made it tough for the Surf. A.J. Soares getting it in. And a whistle goes against the Surf. Arsenal in your own half of the field. Driving it down. The Arsenal, a team that years ago when I did one of their games, able to put a lot of points on the board, a lot of goals in the back of the net. Today they only have 3. They are a team that most of the players on this team have shown an ability to get a high number of goals in the back of the net in their time playing this world's most famous sport of soccer. Afghani now into the 18-yard box. Now is Jimenez, rather. Jimenez trying to do some things there from that right flank. Surf White throwing it in here in the 56th minute of the contest. They only play a total of 80. Down to central and taken away by the Arsenal again. Having to retreat back quickly is Lamming. The serve now. Trying to get it going again. The counterattack. On a wide side. Down the central. Nice bit of dribbling there by Timmy Sedwitz. Sedwitz on a return pass. Sedwitz trying to get around a player and can't get that last stab of the foot onto the soccer ball as the Arsenal standing tall in the back. That has been a key element of this game for the difficulty in the serve trying to get that ball and get a good shot on the net and Luis Ocampo. And right now you see Adam Afghani now. And he's going to shake it off and get back up. Free kick, though, for the Surf White. Wanting to take advantage of it. Into the box. They get one strike on it, but they don't get a second one as it heads back over the head of Afghani. Davis Paul on a nice move, getting it all the way down to the corner. Hustling after it is Cerna, and a foul. And so now it will be a free kick. Free kick just a couple of yards away from the corner kick area for the Arsenal. Leading by 2 goals, trying to add to it. Here at the Blast Complex in San Bernardino, the bending ball is knocked away by Guerrero. Nice job by Austin. Guerrero not taking any chances that time. Getting the ball out of play quickly from his keeper position. The serve. Now want to try to get the ball back in the defensive half of the field for the Arsenal and continue the pressure. They recently had a service into the box. Couldn't do anything with it. And as time begins to work against them, they have to begin to take more advantage of those opportunities. Here in the 59th minute. The serve down toward the 18-yard box on a drive up in the air. Arsenal winning it again, but the Surf, another stab at it. And then they have to come outside of the box to control it, but they don't control long. Winning it is the Arsenal. And the Arsenal with the counterattack. Moving up the field, Davis Paul. But he gave it away, and here comes the Surf. Down to central, but too many of the alternate numbers there, and they cannot do anything with it down the middle of the box. But they'll try it now from the wide side as they throw it in. Serve. Service again into the 18-yard box, but nobody there. Coming up and playing hard is Davis Paul into space. Paul showing his physical ability to make plays in the corner, top corner of that box, protecting any further passing opportunity for the White of the Surf. Now coming out of the contest is A.J. Soares. So Soares is going to get the rest, and one of his teammates is going to try and see if he can get something going here. And We'll mention his name as he touches that soccer ball. Sedwich bringing it up. And now on it is Guzman. He serves it into the box, but a little bit too far that time for Brandon Bush. And now the Arsenal driving it out of play. Surf need to continue the pressure in their defensive half of the field and see what they can do to try to get this to be a one-goal game. Timmy Sedwitz. And now a collision. Trying to win the ball, the Arsenal. A free kick now and run off the soccer ball over in the corner was Noriega. Lastly touched by the Arsenal, and here they come, trying to get it to the central. Can't do it. It's blocked one time. They get another try and blocked again.
Head to help him, head to help him. Go on, Byron, go on.
Push to the wide side. That ball off the 50-50 ball, won by the Arsenal. And it is going to be a foul called on the serve. Byron Cerna hustling, and Cerna winning a free kick for his team. And they still hold on to it. And each second they hold on to it, it's not a second and the Surf have a chance to do anything and get back into this game. The Surf really have to have the lion's share of the touches throughout this game. Now coming out is Guerrero, and man, Guerrero came way off his line, and Guerrero just got to that ball. And remember, Guerrero, if he's past that 18-yard box, he cannot touch that ball with his hands, and he just had to make a decision very quickly on the presence of mind where he was on the field, and he made a nice play, nice decision to keep it from being a possible 4-1 game. 64th minute of the match. On it now, and the service cross the 18-yard box to the far side of your picture. And it's going to be a corner kick. And a substitution for the Arsenal. Take that back, it is going to be a goal kick, and it will be a substitution also for the Arsenal as they want to get some fresh players into the contest. A couple of teams that only lost no more than a couple of games or so. 9-2-3. Were the Surf White during that Gold Division Coast Soccer League play, and 11-3-0 the Arsenal. Both teams scoring over 30 points, with the Arsenal winning first place with 33, and the Surf had 30 points. Both of them had a real good goals against average. Arsenal had only 15 allowed goals, and the Surf only 17. Where the Arsenal scored 43 and the Surf scored 39. And just a 2-goal difference in this game. Here's the service into the box. Trying to get another shot, trying to get somebody to drive it to the back of the net, and they can't. And a foul, and the foul is going to go against the Surf. They seem to get a momentary touch on the soccer ball, and then they can't get that second or third try at it. And if Arsenal are right there to make sure they don't. 3-1 your score. In the 46th minute of the match. If I said 46, the 66th minute of the match. 40 in the first half, 26 in this one.
Go on, Hassan, go on.
And as I mentioned a few minutes ago, they only play 80s. On it now, trying to make a move, and Davis Paul couldn't do anything that time as Andre Aceredo was right there. Aceredo would not have any of that type of play. He just stayed right there with Davis Paul. Paul, he's had a real good game. Assist in his contest, and really created problems for the defenders of the Surf White. But the Surfs still have a chance, plenty of time to get a goal so they can be within a goal. But they've got to get a coordinated play, and the Arsenal FC are making it very difficult to do that, and a push by the Surf, and that's not one of the plays they can really afford to do in their own half of the field, and pushing down Byron Cerna. Lambing a little bit too aggressive on the play. And a quick restart. Mayen in the corner. Gerson trying to hustle, but the ball's taken away from him. And driven down the field for the Surf White. Chest trap, but lost to the Surf. Dropped off nicely there by Davis Paul. Taken away by it. Here is Aceredo. Aceredo, nobody there. Although another stab at it, but they're just a little bit quicker at trying to get to that soccer ball, are the Arsenal today. And that is why, after they fell behind by a goal, they came back and stormed with 3 straight unanswered goals and have this 3-1 lead that they have held on to since the second half began. And now the game is into the 69th minute. Time still on the board for the Surf to do something, but that time is running out. Kennedy back. And the offsides call. Ryan Thomas with the header attempt hustling for the soccer ball. Actually, that was a foul on the play, and they are now going to get a free kick. The Surf White. Bending ball is a nice one, a header, and just able to get it out at the last moment is the Arsenal. Oh, they had somebody protecting the backside, and that kept it to be a 3-1 game. And here's another try, though, as they knocked it out. Knocked out by Ocampo. Good defense. You got to have defenders that are there to help you on your line, and they did that, and then Ocampo says, I'll do it myself, at the direction of where the soccer ball went, and he punches it out forward so that way they can retreat back and play well in the back again. And now they have a counterattack going down the field, and retreating back to play it is Daniel Guzman. Not a wonder why the Arsenal lead in this contest. You gotta have defense as well as the offensive ability to put the ball into the back of the net. And they've shown both sides of the ledger in this game, the championship game of the State Nationals Cup 2004. Greg Porter, happy to be with you for George Landerman Video Sports Production, and hope you're enjoying all the action today from the Blast Complex. It's Aberdeen. Oh, and another try, that time by the Surf, and it just went over the top of the net. And that time, they got what they've been looking for in most of this second half. A coordinated 1-2, and that time it just went awry up top over the net. That's the kind of play they need in order to have a chance to get a tie in this game and carry it further into overtime. The serve now on the attack. Down to Central. Now they work it out to the wide. They have some things going here. And the Arsenal still finding a way not to allow them to get the good shot that could get the second goal. And here they go back the other way now. In the 72nd minute. And you have to give the Arsenal credit, considering that most of this second half, they have played a man down. They had a red card, and they have found a way to be just as tough with a man down. A lot of teams would really struggle, but the Arsenal said, we're not going to do that. Oh, and the keeper almost put it in the back of the net. Guerrero almost beat Ocampo on the play. Beautiful, accurate shot by the keeper, Austin Guerrero. And he nearly beat his alternate keeper, Luis Ocampo. Ocampo has been virtually brilliant in this game, and he's had to be, because at times the Surf have come up with some good direct shots at him, and he has been able to be equal to the task. But the defenders of the Arsenal have really kept it to where they have the 2-goal lead. They've really helped him out. And here they go back the other way, trying to get something going, but coming way off his line is Guerrero, trying to reduce the size of the field and help his teammates out, as we are now in the 74th minute of the game. And Ocampo, he comes way off his line and able to get to that soccer ball. And he doesn't want to take any chances of a lone player coming down the doorstep for the Surf. The Surf now. Guerrero doing more and more to try to get him on their counterattack. The Surf. Up in the air. The header brought down as the Surf still on the soccer ball. Aceredo, and he diagonals the pass, and that is not a good diagonal pass. And will the Surf be able to keep it in? They cannot, as hustling after that was Gunther, but he just could not keep that ball in. And that's the kind of a play that you can't afford to make here in the 75th minute of the game. And a foul, and it's going to go against the Arsenal. And his Surf will get it restarted again, and they're doing it too fast as the center ref says slow down. Put it back in a position where it's supposed to be, and now they get it going. The give and go, very nicely done. Here comes the Surf in the box. And they drive it back to another player to the line. It trickles around, and there is the Arsenal able to make the play. Almost a near call that time. But not called. Davis Paul. Paul on the run. Paul directs it out to the wide side. To his teammate on the wide, who wants to try to shift and make a move and could not do it. Good defense on the near side of the field. Their offensive play. So now they're going to be able to get players back to guard against this attempt to make it a 4-1 lead. And not in any kind of hurry is the Arsenal. Just a few minutes left to go in the game. The Surf need quick chances, and they need to have chances that are going to go in the back of the net. They're running out of any kind of time in this game. Ball driven up in the air. Mejia. Jacob Mejia getting it to his teammates to try and do something, and this into the 18-yard box, but they drive it off of the surf wide, and that's a beautiful, smart play by Ryan Thomas. Thomas knew the attacker was coming at him, and so he just kicked it right off of him, and now they get a goal kick. You don't win first place in a Coast Soccer League without being a smart team, and there's no doubt that the Arsenal FC are one of those. You don't get into the championship without being a smart team, and they have shown all year that they can do and be that. Arsenal still trying to apply some pressure, and zap any kind of chance from the Surf. Surf have hustled in this game, but they just have been a step behind. One strike from doing the type of thing they want to do to get the ball in the back of the net. The Arsenal been just that much more. And even with one player less, again, I mentioned you have to play smart soccer, and they've done that too. Down to the 78th minute now. Up in the air. The 50-50 ball. Who wins it? The Arsenal again. A nice step over at midfield. And then just to drive the ball and make them chase it. And at this time, you don't got a lot of gas in the tank if you're the Surf. The Arsenal know that, and that's why they're just playing keep away. You put a 2-goal lead, and if you're a good team, that just might be enough, especially if you know that you can play this team that you've played before and come out on the W side. But I tell you what, this has been a good tournament for the Surf, and the only team that'll stop them, possibly on the save by Ocampo again, is the only team that's been able to stop them all year, and that's the Arsenal. Coming down all alone, another try, and a save by Guerrero. Beautiful play by Guerrero, the keeper. Man, that was a nice play. And Guerrero, he has to get some sort of credit in this game to keep it close. His team is probably going to fall short as there's not enough time, but I'll tell you what, if he doesn't play the way he's played in this game would be far of a bigger margin than you see on the scoreboard now. Just moments left to play. Injury time left to go. And that is all for the championship to be won for the Arsenal in the boys under 15. And now attacking in the 18-yard box, but Thomas doesn't have any problem staying with the attacker, Daniel Ortega, as Ryan Thomas has played a whale of a game at that left mid position or any midfield position he's been asked to do. Off the 50-50 ball now. Into the box, another last chance, and knocked away by Ocampo as he sprawls on the ground. Ocampo has really been sensational again here when he's asked to be in a big-time game. And so here is a goal kick for the Arsenal. Ball driven, and there is the double whistle. The Arsenal will win the championship of the Nationals State Cup. And they are going to be the team that's going to go to Washington. Spokane will host the National Cup winner. It is the Far West Regional that will be up there in Spokane, Washington, and that is where the Arsenal FC, this boys under 15 club, will go to. And it is well deserved by them by winning this 3-1 championship game today here at the Blast Complex in San Bernardino. We hope you enjoyed all the action. I'm Greg Porter for George Landman Video Sports Production, saying take care of yourselves, and until next time, we'll see you later. God bless.
Obviously very disappointed, but I think we played you guys in Serve Cup, and I said then that I thought you were the best team in the nation, and today I thought the first half display was outstanding. So Steve and Betty, you've done a fantastic job, fantastic players, you work hard, you're everything that a coach would want in a team. So I wish you all the best in regionals. My guys, you worked tremendously hard. The first 10-15 minutes, you know, we took it to them, the game plan worked, and then, you know, a great team gets back into it, and we have to learn from that. We're very close to beating this side, but again, it means working a little bit hard on the training field, and I think the rewards will come. So you have to remember that. Parents, in particular, Rachel, Connie, for their hard work this season, and the support of a lot of parents. And again, you know, one of the hardest things as a coach is when you go into a big championship game, you go to win, and sometimes players don't see the field, and it's not for want of they're not good players. I see things differently, and I'm trying to win a game, and it's nothing personal. You have to understand that, and I think Steve would agree. We always walk away thinking about the players that didn't see the field, and you parents have to remember that at times, because it's the hardest thing in the world to do, is to walk away from this game knowing that. Get back to the, I know that's the coaches clapping now. But again, thank you very much for the parental support this season, because I know it's been a tough year for you guys and adjusting. And again, boys, I think we'll come back strong next season. And again, we've got US Club Soccers to look forward to, so we can have a shot at another championship there. Austin Guerrero, goalkeeper. Adam Afghani, backup goalkeeper. Danny Ortega. Andy, let's go. Servando. Brandon. Have I missed anyone? Sergio. And Greg. Oh, sorry, son, AJ. I didn't see you back there. Apologise for that. Anybody else? Yeah, actually, both managers, Connie and Rachel, deserve a lot of praise and a lot of for their hard work and everything. So if you two young ladies would come up here. Rachel's already taken off. Thank you very much, and again, Arsenal, congratulations, a fantastic team, and good luck in regionals.
All right, on behalf behalf of Cal South and the State Cup Committee, we want to present the trophy emblematic of the finalist in Boys 15 Cal South National Cup to Surflight. All right, gentlemen. Betty, Steve, gentlemen, congratulations. I know it was a bitter pill to swallow last year, but you crossed that hurdle yesterday and crossed another one today. And now that you got yourself in line to go to Spokane, we're looking probably at the team that we're going to see in Orlando, Florida. All right? Yeah. You guys have gotten your first taste, and you know, I'm sure that you want more, and that this gentleman is going to get you more than ready for Spokane and Orlando, Florida. Yeah. All right. Betty.
First of all, I just want to, I've got to know, I think I've said this before, Paul, I've got to know Paul like, over the last 3 or 4 years competing with this guy. And I'm so happy this year that, last year it didn't happen. Both teams kind of screwed up in the semi-final. And they were the 2 best teams in the state last year. And me and Paul were looking at each other last year going, funny old game, this one. I'm glad the 2 best teams in the state were in the final. My hat's off to you. Paul, what you said, you're a real man of class, I've got to tell you. Thank you very much for the kind words. You've got a great team. Paul is a great coach. If there was anyone I wanted to take my spot with the Arsenal, it would be definitely with this guy. So I repeat what Paul says. A couple of guys didn't play today on my team. And, there's times during a game where you're making decisions for whatever reason when no one else understands it. You go, what? Arsenal just scored. Give them a cheer, guys. Anyway, there's reasons that, for whatever reasons, we know them deep down. 2 or 3 of you didn't play today. But I don't want you to feel like you didn't contribute to winning this tournament, because same with the guys at the Surf. It takes a squad to do this. And there's no way we could have done this without 18 players on our team. So my hat's off to all of you, to all the boys that helped make this happen today. Thank you. And we lost this 2 years ago on the same field. This is for the Surf, and it made us doubly determined. We screwed up last year, but it made us doubly determined to come back. And I know you guys will be back next year. So good luck to you. All right. I just need to thank a few people on my team. Of course, winning something like this, I'm up here with the microphone, but it takes a major effort from a lot of people. For the parent support, you've been fantastic all year. In particular, I'm going to just name a few people. Carol, give us a little wave. And we have an army of people that help us on